Obi's endorsement. I won't hold meetings with Tinubu Atiku-Pa Adebanjo says. The acting leader of the Pan-Yoruba Social Political Group, Afenifere, Chief Adebanjo, on Sunday said he will not open his doors for any meeting with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, and Atiku Abubakar, the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Speaking with the Sunday Independent, Adebanjo said, having endorsed Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, he will not meet with any other presidential candidate, as that will amount to double standards. Right? He said, I won't welcome any of them. What will I be meeting other presidential candidates for? They shouldn't come to me. That to me is hypocrisy. I don't play double games. They can't convince me to endorse or vote for them. I have already declared support for Peter Obi, and my reasons are clear. My reason is principally ideological and constitutional. If we truly believe in the unity of Nigeria, then we must support an Igbo man for presidency in 2023, and that is what we have done. This is a very good one. Our reasons are clear. The Southwest has produced a president, and currently occupying the position of the South-South has spent a position. The South-South has spent a total of 6 years in the presidency, but the Igbo people of Southeast have never tasted presidency in Nigeria. And now that the post is due back in the South, equity demands that it be ceded to the Igbos. Wow. So Adebanjo here is trying to further reconfirm his position as the leader of Afenifere. He said he has already endorsed Peter Obi, all right? And so he cannot open his door again to have another discussion with Asiwaju Tinubu or Atiku Abubakar. That will amount to double standard. That will amount to hypocrisy, which he does not stand for. He stands for equity, justice, and fairness. All right. So he's saying that he cannot open their door to have meeting with those people because that will amount to double standard. It is time. He's saying that the Yorubas have produced presidency. The South-South have stayed there for 6 years under Goodluck Jonathan, and even Yoruba is currently the vice president of the country, and that's the person of Osinbajo. Right? And so, but the Igbos have never tasted presidency in this country for a very long time. And so now that the presidency is supposed to come to the South, it should be ceded to the Southeast, the Igbo people, if we believe in equity, justice, and fairness, if we still believe in the unity of Nigeria. And that is why they have supported Peter Obi. And again, Peter Obi is not just ordinary Igbo person. He has the required competency, the required track record, and is accepted by all. So it's not only that Afenifere that is endorsing him. Indeed, the Ohanes Ndigbo have reaffirmed the endorsement for him as well. All right. So that is what Adebanjo is saying, that for equity purpose, for purpose of inclusiveness, for purpose of unity of Nigeria, they have to allow this presidency go to the Southeast. He is saying that the reason for endorsement of Peter Obi is principally ideological and constitutional. All right. If we truly believe in the unity of Nigeria, then we must support an Igbo man for president in 2023. All right. And that is what they have done. Exactly what they have done. That is what he's saying. So I don't know. Probably there's a rumor that Atiku will go and meet him, or Asiwaju Bola Tinubu will still go and meet him to discuss. Because we saw how Asiwaju Bola Tinubu bypassed Adebanjo and went to Ruben Fashoranti at Ondo State to kneel down there and got a blessing. Unfortunately, the blessing was personal. It was not on behalf of the Afenifere, because Ruben Fashoranti is no more the head is no more the head of the Afenifere. He has handed over to Adebanjo because of his age. He's old and now can no longer move easily, so he had to rest and hand it over to someone else, and that person is Adebanjo, Adebanjo, who is currently leading the group. All right. So the truth is that the man has to stand firm because Afenifere still has huge influence in the politics of the Southwest. All right. I think it's the most revered group in the Southwest right now. So he really need to hold it strong because I know the kind of person Tinubu is. He will pass behind and maybe use some influences to go and induce him to change his mind. But the man is not ready to do that. All right. Probably they have been approaching him through different indirect means or using indirect tactics to influence him, so without trace, to let him know that he has to change his mind. Just like Femi Fani-Kayode went there to tell them that they cannot abandon Tinubu at this time. It is their own. A defeat of Tinubu is a defeat to the Yorubas. That was the ethnic card that Femi Fani-Kayode went to play with Afenifere, but that card has not worked because Adebanjo and his followers have not changed their mind, and they have vowed not to change their mind concerning their decision to support Peter Obi. On the part of Atiku, all right, Atiku is also another big lion, has the money to spend. He has been to everywhere, even when we say he's having face-off with Obasanjo. He has been to Obasanjo several times for reconciliation and for his support, but that has not worked for him as well. All right. The truth here is that the man has the money to spend, just like he used dollars to buy delegates during the delegate conference and the PDP primaries in Abuja. He has the money to buy anybody in Nigeria. And that is why they refuse to attend presidential debate, because they believe that that is not for them. Let people go and talk. They know what to do at the back. And what do they have to do at the back? Is influencing people with money, with cash. Unfortunately, we still have a lot of gullible Nigerians that can be influenced with money. But Adebanjo in his position has said he will not open his door to any of them for any kind of discussion, because that will amount to double standard, that will amount to hypocrisy, which is not what he stands for. All right? And apart from the fact that those people have the money to spend or to induce anybody from behind, when you look at the three main candidates today, or the four main candidates, for instance, the Tinubu, the Atiku, the Peter Obi, and the Kwankwaso, who will everybody accept? Looking at their age, looking at their antecedents, looking at their track records, looking at their personal details and their personal record, Asiwaju is still having a lot about him that is shrouded, that is covered in secrecy, and he has refused to open up. Issue of his age, his birth, his origin, his background, his wealth, everything about him. And even as he's going out for presidential rallies, you see how his health is failing him, and it's principally because of his age. Everything about him is failing, including mental capacity. And that is why people are angry that they can't vote them in, because they vote them in, he's going to be capacitated there, and then Shetima, who is seen to be patron to Boko Haram, will take over the government, and that will be the worst for Nigeria. All right? Atiku on his own part also has cases of corruption hung on his neck, and then the another case of Fulanization agenda, which he cannot excuse himself from as a Fulani, because the Fulanis are looking for a way to have their own person go there again, so they can have another 8 years to perpetuate the evil that they are perpetuating, killing innocent people in Nigeria. And Nigerians are now awake. Nigerians are now exposed and fully aware of who is who in Nigeria, and will not just vote anyhow this time around. It will not be easy for all of them. Kwakwanso is a national candidate which already people are presuming there's already pressure on his part to step down for Atiku. So, and I'm sure and will not be surprised that in 9 minutes he will step down for Atiku. The last person there is Peter Obi, who has gained a global acceptance, the only symbol of change, the only epitome of unity that everybody can see right now. And that is why he's the only candidate that is having supporters not induced. Rather, the supporters are bringing their own resources to support the presidential ambition. And that is what it's supposed to be. People coming out in their own volition without any form of inducement to do the needful to get the right government in place. And that's why Peter Obi now is ahead of all of them. They are not comfortable. They don't understand. They can't even comprehend how it happened, but they just can't stop it. And that is why they are doing several things, using several people to see how they can put Peter Obi down, but it's not working, and it's not going to work. All we are questioning now is the integrity of INEC. Can they conduct a free and fair election and then provide a winner without context? That is, without trouble afterwards. All right? Can they run an election that will be void of rigging? Those are the questions people are putting to INEC, even when they are promising that we are still assessing their capabilities and their willingness to do that. Because these people, especially the PDP and APC candidates, are big wigs that can induce anybody with anything. They can even give you half of their birthright, provided they get what they want. When they get it, they'll collect their birthright back from you. So that is it coming from Pa Adebanjo saying that he won't hold any other meeting with Atiku and Tinubu at the back end. Again, he will open their door for them because that would mean hypocrisy, that would mean double standard, which he does not stand for. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment as well.